Hello from Bugeyeguy. In this video I want to talk to you a little about car covers. And car covers, of course, for Bugeyes. So this is what we call our house cover. This is a really nice fitting cover, and it is a little wrinkly because it just came out of the box. But I'll show you why I like this cover. It has a fleece lining on the back, and that protects the paint. It's nice and soft. And then it's also got what amounts to, they won't call it waterproof, because almost nothing's waterproof in a cover or in a jacket. If you're into outdoor equipment, you know they won't often say waterproof. The problem is also breathability, and this cover to me is the best compromise. I like it in particular because it's cleanable. Unlike a softer car cover that's not as waterproof, the dust gets in the pores of the cover and it's very difficult to clean. This is a tighter weave and thus more waterproof, but also cleanable. The problem with car covers, I'll tell you right up front, is that none of them work the way you want them to. In a perfect world, it would make a watertight envelope and you wouldn't have to worry about your car if you parked it outside. But after a certain point, every car cover gets saturated, and then you end up with a wet blanket just on your paint. And actually, we've seen cars, customers' cars, that the paint has lifted because they stayed under the cover for too long outside and never got dried out. So with every covered car, you want to make sure that if they do get wet, you get the cover off when the sun comes out, dry it off, and start over again. Here's a couple other covers that we have. We use a lot of covers here to keep the dust off the cars. This is the cover I meant earlier, that's kind of an indoor only cover. It's got the same soft fleece lining, and it has this kind of textured car cover material on the outside, but these tend to get very dusty and they're difficult to clean. They're not as waterproof, but if you're indoor only, I would use the house cover, quite honestly. This is another variation. This one is marketed as a more waterproof car cover, and it's actually a thinner layer without the fleece back. And I wouldn't recommend this. It's more expensive anyway, but it may be a little more waterproof. But the problem is we've also seen covers from fluttering on a car actually burnish the paint and do some paint damage. So for my money, I'd much rather have our house cover. It's more waterproof. It has a fleece lining, so it's better for the paint, and it fits the car nicely. Anyway, that's a little bit about car covers here at Bugeyeguy.